So in this video, I'm going to start putting up a rainwater collection system. So stick around. Alright, so I got one of these gutters here. Finally to the point where we need to spend some money. So I went out and picked up some PVC pipe. Up until now, pretty much everything's been free or cheap. I have been looking on Craigslist and stuff, but it's not worth going into town for, one piece of 3/4 inch PVC or one piece of 2-inch, a couple of fittings. So ended up just giving in and going down to a hardware store and picking up an assortment of fittings and some pipes and stuff like that. Today we're just going to be doing one section. I got these 4 jugs. They're 15 gallons a piece, and they're going to go right down here below the big window in the front section of the porch. Looks like they can fit 2 here and 2 there. Might need to move that support going that way instead of this way. I may have to do a little bit of digging to kind of level things out, but that's what we're going to start with. So with these jugs, the large hole is threaded for a 2-inch fitting. The small hole is 3/4, which that was kind of a lucky guess. I was only planning on using these for venting, but since they're already 3/4 inch, we'll go ahead and use the bottom for the outlet. This top one here, this is going to be the first jug. Rainwater will go in here, and then down here obviously will be the outlet. I'm going to need to cut a hole somewhere in here for venting on this first one. The rest of them, the top hole, the large hole, will just be for venting. The bottom will be for the outlet, inlet and outlet. So first got to clear away all these rocks and then see if we can get one in there. Alright, so that's cleared out. Alright, so it's a little bit too tall to fit underneath this 2x4 here, at least in this area. Side. Looks like it'll be about perfect. And then this bottom one here, I think we'll go ahead and just have a hose connected up so we can water out there. And so I managed to get all of them under there. I do some finagling. Got the first one is back there quite a ways, but I've got the all the fittings kind of laid out. I'm gonna do some mock-up, try to keep it fairly even with this, as far as it going out. Screw these guys in here just for the mock-up, and try to line them up as best I can, and then take the measurements. The really bad thing about doing this right now is the glue that I had for these things went bad. So for now, I'm just going to be doing silicone adhesive caulking. There's really no pressure, in the system, so it should hold just fine. We'll see. But we'll go ahead and get these things situated, and we'll get all the pipes in between cut, get it all laid out, and then on that side, this is going to be the output there. That's going to go in there, and of course the two connected. There's going to be an output there, either for the hose or for the pump or something. Probably a pump. But yeah, we'll get these things laid out. So there we go, got it all mocked up for this part here. The only thing I'm going to be doing to this first one is just connecting that upper hole out here somewhere, and it'll come down from the gutter. As you can see, I'm going to have to put extensions out here for the gutter too, but that's another part of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these back apart. I'm going to take some Teflon tape and put it around the threads up here, just in case. I don't know if it's necessary, but even though this is all temporarily permanent, probably permanently temporary, but anyways, I want it to leak as little as possible, so I'm going to do that. And like I said, I don't have the glue, the PVC glue anymore, because it all dried up and went bad, so all the connections would basically just be silicone together, which I suppose in the long run will allow me to take it all apart when needed and reuse it for something else. But here we go. Alright, so there's the gutter. You are looking at it correctly. It is angled like that, just because of how it needs to be hooked up on the roof there. I'm hoping that it'll catch everything. The goal here is to try to collect the water, but have the snow, as it melts, go out and around. So I'm hoping that that'll be the right angle for both. We'll have to see. And we've got some clouds coming in, so maybe we'll get some rain showers. But we'll see how that does, and I may have to put a support in the middle. I don't have very many of these support brackets, but I might have to see if I can get one there in the middle. But now it's time to put the end caps on. Alright, so I have all the fittings down here, all dry. It's actually been a couple of days. We've had some pretty bad weather, so I had to stop. It was a little bit of rain, but not enough to even worry about catching. I have the larger tube going up to the gutter. It's all mocked up. I need to figure out how to maybe secure this up here. Right now I have it being held up by a brick and a rock. And then after this gets all up, then I'll figure out the pump situation on that end there. So gluing all this together is going to be pretty boring stuff, so I'll just pause it for now and record it after it's done, and I want to start putting together the pump over there. Look at that. It's about 82 degrees, 81, 82. Thing of beauty. Been waiting for a while for it to finally warm up. Alright, so got the little piece of hose out. Little pump. This is just a little, they call it a, let's see, it was a marine utility pump from Harbor Freight. A little 12-volt battery it was given me, AGM, and a little solar panel here. Now I'm hoping, I mean this is just experimenting, but I'm hoping this is going to be enough power to keep it charged, using the pump a few minutes at a time. Let's see, 3.2 watts, 18 volts, 170 milliamps. So it's pretty much just to what do they call it, a battery maintainer. It's got the plug that goes into the cigarette lighter of a vehicle. Now I am going to leave it hooked up like this. I'm going to have a negative there, positive touching here. I know it's not the ideal way, and it could potentially cause like connection issues, but I really don't want to alter this. So right now this is what I've got. Maybe next time I go to the store I'll get a cigarette lighter plug that just plug into, and then I'll wire off of that. But for now we got this, and there's the outlet where I'm going to hook the hose up to. It's got a little section of hose. I've had this forever and ever. Probably mount the pump somewhere either here or on the inside. I do have a switch. If everything works out, I'm wiring the switch somewhere. But for now, I'll just be using a clamp to clamp the pump on to the battery. So let's see what we can get figured out here. So I'll screw this sucker on. So it looks like maybe right there would be a good spot to put it. Yep. And this guy, I think I'm just going to mount right there. Make sure you can see everything. There we go. There we go. Now we'll just feed this back through here. Might end up wanting to cover this up here, at least just to keep the battery out of the sun. All right, and there we go. We got it all hooked up. 60 gallons underneath the porch. We did get some rain, so I don't know if you can see it, but we have them all pretty much full. The pump all hooked up. Already tested it out. The battery is underneath here right now. That's pretty much where it's going to stay. We're going to put a switch here or somewhere. But there you go. Got it all taken care of. So if you like this video and want to follow us along on our journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notifications icon so you don't miss a single video. And until next time, keep kicking up dust.